Think Verizon is expensive? Think again. Anyone can bring their AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. So bring us your bill. Walk in, run in, pogo stick in, teleport if you can. Ride on the back of a rollerblading yak or fly in on the wings of a majestic falcon. Any way you can, bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal on the best network. Based on Root Metrics Best Overall Mobile Network Performance, U.S. second half 2025. All rights reserved. Must provide very recent postpaid consumer mobile bill in the name of the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
This is Optimal Living Daily, when the pursuit of greatness does more harm than good, and Forget Yourself, both by Deschene of tinybuddha.com. Hello, old friend. I'm your narrator, Justin Malik, reading you articles every single day of the year to help you live a more meaningful life. There are no interviews on this show. It's not really a typical podcast, just me sharing some great content with permission from the authors, of course. And I have 2 posts for you today, so let's get right to them as we optimize your life. When the Pursuit of Greatness Does More Harm Than Good by Deschene of tinybuddha.com. Quote, "Seek not greatness, but seek truth, and you will find both." Horace Mann. You're destined for greatness. Don't settle for mediocrity. You can be extraordinary. Have you ever heard one of these motivating statements? I see them all the time around the web, and while I understand the intention, I sometimes have mixed feelings about the implication. We all want to make a difference in the world. We all want to make some kind of impact, both to contribute to mankind and to feel that our lives mean something. It's a great big world out there, and at times it can feel like we don't matter unless we're doing something huge. We might even be tempted to label our lives as unworthy if we're not doing something that garners attention and admiration. This was the foundation of my early interest in performing. It wasn't just that I loved expressing myself creatively, though I did. I've always had a wellspring of emotion that craved some type of artistic outlet. It was more that I needed that feeling of standing above a crowd that was fixated on me. I desperately craved their approval and applause, their confirmation that I was a valuable person, that I was someone with talent. Talent made me special. It made me stand out. When I held a microphone or moved center stage, I felt good about me. But when the house lights came on at the end of the night, that feeling depended on whether or not I received verbal confirmation of my greatness. If another actor received more flowers or compliments, I feared that I wasn't good enough. This right here is what I dislike about the implication we can and should strive for greatness. It seems to imply that where we are right now isn't already great. In the race to be extraordinary, to me, this just feeds into the type of thinking that suggests we need to stand out to prove we're somehow better than ordinary. Now, I'm not suggesting we shouldn't try to make an impact on the world or that we should stifle our energy or efforts in order to play small. This isn't a judgment that small is better than big, though clearly I'm a proponent of focusing on the tiny things. It's just that we tend to feel more satisfied in the big things we create over time if we're not focusing on the whole, but rather the many enjoyable parts that create it. And we tend to be more effective if we're drawn by a meaningful motive rather than the need to reach some level of achievement. When we strive for greatness, we feel a sense that we need to make a difference someday. When we focus on purpose, we feel a sense that we can make a difference right now. When we aim to be extraordinary, we can get caught up competing and comparing as if what we're doing isn't good enough. When we endeavor to be meaningful, we make choices based on what aligns with our intentions and feel good about each step along the way. When we try to avoid mediocrity, we focus on what we don't want to be and create fear and pressure to excel. When we embrace our passion, we focus on what we do want to do and create excitement that naturally creates momentum. If we have a compelling reason to do something, the doing itself feels great. Now, a caveat, as black and white as this may seem, naturally it isn't. We may always feel that need for approval, at least on some level. We're social creatures, and especially in our social media-driven world, we're even more status-driven than ever. This isn't about completely relinquishing the desire to achieve and receive attention for it. It's about recognizing how and when this desire creates more stress than inspiration. At the end of the day, that's what we really want, not just to seem inspiring, but also to feel inspired. We can only do that if we release the blocks that keep us gazing toward the future, looking for confirmation of our worth. What's your meaningful motive, and what can you do today to act on it with passion? Forget Yourself by Lori Deschene of tinybuddha.com. Quote, when someone receives us with open-hearted, non-judging, intensely interested listening, our spirits expand. Sue Patton-Thiol. Whether you're talking to your mother or your coworker, odds are you don't always give your complete attention without formulating thoughts of your own. Even the most Zen person sometimes waits to talk instead of really listening. It happens all the time. As your sister recounts her afternoon and the hassle she encountered at the DMV, you feel the temptation to interrupt and one-up her. Your afternoon was even crazier. While your boyfriend tells you about his interview, you half listen and half prepare your own monologue entitled, My Long Day at the Office. And let's not forget your daughter's after-school recap when it takes everything inside you to not finish her sentence, rush her to the point, and start doling out chores. Without realizing it, you've given a subtle cue she doesn't deserve your time and full attention. When you focus your energy on planning what to say next, you don't completely hear what someone's saying, meaning you respond to them without digesting their words first. Instead of staying open, allowing their story maximum impact, you listen half-heartedly so you'll have your turn and hopefully their agreement or approval. After all, that's what we all want, a sense that we're heard, our feelings make sense, and we have a right to feel them. Why not give that gift to someone else before seeking it for yourself? It's challenging to stop thinking about our lives long enough to focus on someone else's, and it may seem counterintuitive. How can you converse if you don't process what someone else says and consider it within the context of your own reality? It's not so much a matter of shutting off your mind as it is learning to focus your attention, actively listening without judging or drifting so you can respond from a place of clarity, and quelling your instinct to switch the subject when that person you care about would appreciate just a little more of your time. When you resist the urge to compare or compete and refrain from forming opinions, you let other people know you care about what they have to say, not just because it gives you an excuse to talk about yourself, but because you value their thoughts and learn from them. In the process, you also give yourself a break from worrying, analyzing, and judging, a brief flicker in time to let everything go and just absorb the world around you. In that way, you benefit twofold from forgetting yourself for a while. You just listened to the post titled, When the Pursuit of Greatness Does More Harm Than Good, and Forget Yourself, both by Lori Deschene of tinybuddha.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary. Tax season is one of the only times we look at our full financial picture, but Monarch helps me see where my money's going and where a tax refund will have the biggest impact because I want to make progress, not just wonder where it all went. Simplify your finances with Monarch. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make your life easier. It brings your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts and investments, net worth, and future planning together in one dashboard on your phone or laptop. Feel aware and in control of your finances this tax season and get 50% off your Monarch subscription with code LIVING. What I love is that Monarch keeps me focused on hitting real milestones, not just tracking spending. Its AI insights even surface hidden patterns, so I'm always planning ahead. Achieve your financial goals for good with Monarch, the all-in-one tool that makes money management simple. Use code LIVING at monarch.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off at monarch.com, code LIVING. I used to leave doctor's appointments feeling like I learned nothing. Just, you're fine and out the door. That's why I'm excited about Superpower. They send a licensed professional to your home or you visit a nearby lab for one simple draw covering over 100 biomarkers, way more than a typical checkup. Their app breaks down everything from your heart and thyroid to hormones and metabolism. Plus, you get a personalized action plan. Head to superpower.com and use code OLD at checkout for $20 off your membership. Thank you to Lori, the creator of Tiny Buddha. Tiny Buddha has been helping people heal, grow, and find peace since 2009. The site features stories and insights from people of all ages from all over the globe. For daily wisdom, follow Tiny Buddha on Twitter or X and Facebook at Tiny Buddha and Instagram at Tiny Buddha Official, or subscribe to the blog at tinybuddha.com/list. And be sure to check out Tiny Buddha's Inner Strength Journal, creative prompts and challenges to help you get through anything. It's available on Amazon. It's a massive site with really great content, so thanks again to Lori for letting us share her work across all of our shows. Reading the second article, over time, I feel like listening has become a skill that seems more rare with time. Distraction is real and everything is vying for attention now. Listening is something I've always considered to be one of my good traits, but it's something I struggle with more now than ever, I think. And I'm sure most people feel the same, even though it's not really fun to admit. I know meditation has helped me with this over the years. When you spend a lot of time practicing just seeing your thoughts and letting them pass without chasing them, it starts to carry over into conversations a little. You get better at concentration, listening, and so on. Not perfect by any means, but definitely better. It's a good point at the end. When you stop thinking about yourself for a while, you get a break from all your own worry and noise too. It goes both ways. So maybe next time you're in a conversation, likely today, try to really be there for it and see if you notice a difference. It's a great reminder for today. So thank you to Lori. Thank you for being here. Wishing you a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.